Hi there, welcome to the RHOBH Chatter 2. Let me move so you can see my little sign. Bam. Okay, listen. I know. Every time I get on here, I know I look crazy, but I'm moisturizing my hair, child. So listen, I'm here to do the recap for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Season 15, I don't know, episode 15. I think it's called The Price of Divorce. To me, this was a really good episode. It was probably more on the reality level for me because they talked about real stuff. So I just wanted to say before I start that Rachel is my girl. If I was going to do housewives or be a housewife or a divorce housewife, I would do it exactly like how she doing it. She seeing her, even though she got, it's that shit is fucking with her because she was with her man for her husband for a long time. Even though she is doing her own personal grieving, she's still pushing through it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't about no whole bunch of bullshit. You know, she a real girl. So anyway, I don't know if I was blessed like her. That's how I had my life. I had fun. I had my kids, my travel, my family. I love on myself. I would just do. Now, how she dressed, I don't like none of that shit. Every time I turn around, it's like she went Afghans. Everywhere she goes, it's like she got an Afghan. She's like she drag. She remind me of a character, not a villain character, but with the long, like, no, she remind me, remember how Diana Ross used to dress, but it was the dressing with Diana Ross with that big ass hair, where her hair is real big, and she wear them flowy ass gowns with the, that's what bohemian or whatever style that is, what she remind me of. So anyway, I'm done with her. But I really like Rachel. She is my number one housewife on any branch. So we got Boaz and her daughter, and she driving to San Diego, and they in the car talking and something about. She said, "Ooh, we made it," and then Boaz said, "We made it, girl. You got 2 hours and 18 minutes to go to San Diego." So I'm assuming she's going down there to see Keely. So we see Sutton. She had struggling taking her tennis lessons. Want to know why that boy ain't breathing hard because he know how to play. So anyway, Amanda is talking to her stepdaughter. They out doing some kind of project, and she's asking about her daughter being a flower girl or something. And the little girl say something funny, but I ain't paying it too much mind. We in the Hamptons now. We got the Reed on the phone talking to Phoenix. Is her daughter name? That shit was funny. They was talking about something with Disneyland, and the little girl asked, was it on a commercial flight? That shit was funny. I said, look at her. Listen, my kids don't know no private, I mean, they do now, my grandkids. What's commercial? What's private? They just know plane. So anyway, that shit was funny to me. So Doric is in Hamptons for 4 days, and PK has the kids. So she says she rated not co-payment. Well, shit, I guess it is what you call it, co-parent. And she ready to go. She said they had a little mediation. He was like, having with the kids on this day. She was like, bet next. So she said she keep it moving. She don't really fuck with him like that. She ain't never said nothing bad to the kids around him. And she just go around pretending like they cool. And I was like, girl, you just wasting your time, because kids is not dumb. They can tell when something is fucked up, and the reason why I can tell you is that I did that shit that you did in the beginning. They ain't dumb. They can sense when their parents. Never mind. Let me get off that shit. So anyway, Rachel's daughter telling her she gonna get on some ride that she really gonna Thunderbolts or some roller coaster or something in Disneyland. She said she really gonna do it. So we see PK in the phone, right? Because she having I guess they FaceTime one another, and it just looked like they don't like each other, and you don't when you're divorcing. So the ladies start getting, so anyway, they're getting dressed, and Doric come downstairs like she going to a white party with a $28,000 Hermes the Kelly bag, something she got $28,000 because Kyle was sweating. It was like, oh my God, I was going to get that bag, but I'm not delicate enough. So, you know, of course, the Reed just looked at her. So she was like, girl, I gotta give me some coffee. And they all talking about how good a time they had. And Rachel said she tired as hell because she didn't come out the DJ booth till this time. And they believe that Kyle feel okay because, you know, she in there drinking hot mint tea and shit and dancing. And she came home, took her a shower, so she woke up this morning, she was ready to go. So anyway, Rachel said she needs some shopping therapy. So we all know, well, I know how much Rachel likes shopping, but we all know Kyle likes shopping. We know the Reed do too. So they go to this store, and I think it's the only store they go in. It must be the Barn because they all like it. The only person to leave the store early is Kyle, but while they're all in the store together, Rachel was showing us why she the lady because she matching them up with the scarves, with the outfit, and she do Doric, I guess, do her up so good. Because Doric looked good when she left, man. She had that $28,000 bag with her, that white outfit. She came next door to meet. Kyle left. She wanted to go to the jewelry store. And Rachel stayed over there with Doric dressing her. Then Rachel was like, I'm going to go over here with Kyle. So they left Doric in there, and she racked up a $4,915,000 bill or something, but she was having troubles with her credit card. When they first ran her shit, it ain't go. It was declined. So they said, you got another card? She was like, nah. So anyway, she wound up calling the bank and shit, and it went through. So before she got over there, Rachel was telling Kyle, yeah, girl, she in there buying up everything. She done damn bought the store, and she's like, really? How much did she spend? I think she asked her how much she spent, but Rachel didn't ask her. By that time, I think Doric was coming in. Doric was coming into the jewelry store, and she ain't talking about her problem with her card and that because fucking wasn't no problem. She bought her shit. So, and then as soon as Kyle seen Doric, though, she was like, oh, she got a whole new different outfit. Yes, and so, I don't know why Kyle want to know what she bought. I said, that shit rude. Even poor people don't ask what you done spent at the store because we count your pockets where you lay it up there. So anyway, like I said, Doric said she 3,000 miles from home. It was a fraud alert. Whatever the fuck it was, she got what she came for. That's the only thing that mattered. So I said, damn, because Kyle sweating her outfit. And she goes to take Doric bag from her and said, oh my God, it's so heavy. What's in here? If that bag of clothes is that heavy, child, you need to stop going to the gym or stop pretending like you're going to the gym when you're really going to go get licked on. Because that bag, oh my God, it's so heavy. So anyway, the ladies returned back to Rachel's sister's house to get changed for dinner because Rachel's whole family is coming over to spend time with her. She said the last time they was all together was Christmas, but she said even though they don't get together all the time, they be together all the time. So it's going to be a wine tasting party because her family likes wine, a wine tasting dinner. So anyway, Kyle sitting outside, she called Portia, but as she's talking to Portia, she called her boo-boo. As she's talking to Portia, Boaz calls. And Kyle told her, I'll talk to you later. So she said, hey, girl. And Boaz said, girl, I'm up here getting FOMO. So she said, oh, you saw TikTok stuff? So she said they girls had loaded up their own shit on their, you know, on their little sites or whatever. And, Kyle tells us that her and, what's her name? That her and Boaz was trying, because she said, Boaz said something about them not connecting. Y'all remember she said, you ain't connect with me. And she was like, yes, I did. I came to your house and talked to you for 90 seconds. Some shit. So anyway, she said she's glad to see that she's trying to reach out to her outside of Doric, because I think that's what it was. Kyle think that Doric had put shit in the Boaz's head about Kyle. So anyway, they trying to make it better. So I thought till I was getting till I got to the end of this episode. So we know that Kyle on the phone with Boaz. She said, yeah, PK got the kids for 4 days. So she said, that's good. So she said, yeah, I guess. She said, but I can't explain it. Was something going on with Doric? She said, what you mean? She said, well, I was at the airport. She was still at home. And I'm like, okay, so what the fuck? So y'all looked like y'all had a private shit go flying. I thought that y'all was in your, like the annex for the private jets. So she was late for that, and then she got there. She didn't have a passport. She didn't have a star card. She didn't have a real ID. She didn't have anything. And then we went to the store. You know, I don't know if she's manic or she's OCD. And then we went shopping, and oh my God, she spent so much money. And she said, so, you know, she said, I can't explain it, but it's something. I don't know what it is. She said, you know, so Kyle tells us when she first broke up with Mo, how she had anxiety, and how it was Doric was the first person that called out to her, why was you not drinking? And how come you working out so much? She said, and I would point it out to Doric what I see in her, but I don't think she'll accept it, that it would go this well, because, you know, so I'm going to stay on the right path that's clear to me. You know, when me and her is cool. And I was like, that's what you saying. But look what the fuck you saying to that. You saying it on TV. You talking about her. You doing all this shit that you ain't supposed to do. And Boaz says it, and the very next time she do her confessional, Kyle should watch what she say, because she's giving PK ammunition. If you saying she OCD and she manic and she spending money she ain't got, and blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. So Boaz just said, well, you know, yeah, I remember when I got my advance, I spent my money. You know, I was like, yeah, I know. She got the little bag that was like your bag, you know, so she, you know, let that go. But she does have a financial crisis hanging over her head, so we had to figure out a way to get her the support that she needs. And Kyle was like, okay, you know, so Boaz said it deserves a conversation, so we're going to have one with it. So we got Sutton this meeting with Jennifer by this lunch place, beautiful place by the beach. And it's a place that's familiar to Sutton already, and I guess Jennifer too, because they took pictures there like in 2016, because Sutton rented a house around there somewhere. And I wanted to say this. Ever since Sutton stopped drinking tequila, whatever the fuck she was drinking, whatever she was doing, or ever since she dropped that last name, Stratton, and ever since she's Sutton Brown, she looks so much better. I'm talking about her face. Sutton is beautiful. She looks really good. She don't look stressed as much anymore. She do when she talk about her husband, but I don't blame her. I wouldn't say nothing about that motherfucker either if he paying me almost $400,000 a month. I ain't saying shit. He the greatest. So I said, I put on my paper that Sutton Brown looks really good. So I said, I've been paying attention to Jennifer, because ever since she was rude at that double birthday party, when she's like, get back in the kitchen with the cake or whatever the fuck she said, I ain't like it. So when she get with this dude, she act like she hangry, because she's like, when can we get this real quick that I can eat to make me feel good? Okay. She don't remember his name. I don't know. She just like, hurry and bring my shit. And I don't know. I like her, but I'm going to watch her. I think she might be a little bit rude, but I might be looking into it too much. Because she did all that shit. What's your name? She didn't even remember his fucking name. And because she had to ask him again. So that's when we hear Jennifer say about Sutton, that Sutton and her husband was the perfect picture of a marriage, that she was on all these prestigious boards and shit, the ballet, she was all cultured, and her husband was this way and that way, and Jennifer was in the background saying, oh, that's some bullshit, and she looked real hard, and she seen the cracks. So she said that Sutton just wanted to be, she said Sutton is very respectful of her husband, and I said, but you know what? I would be respectful of him. I don't know if she don't say shit about him, because she's still like under that Stratton spell. And when I say spell, I say it like when I first got married and I knew the things that my husband that I did that he didn't like, how he would subject me to, I didn't want to say it's like punishment, but you know, he would have his ways to let me know that he was mad. Like, I would usually give it in the morning and had coffee, make him coffee before he left for PT, and we had coffee. Well, he had coffee because I ain't like coffee. I'm the guy to make coffee for him. And I be trying to talk to him. He wouldn't look at me. He ain't halfway. You know, and that shit would kind of like hurt my feelings. So I was like, all of a sudden ain't saying shit because she just don't want. Because when Jennifer said, yeah, now he with a hoochie. And she was like, oh, no, she's not a hoochie. She's not a, no, she said she's a hoochie mama. And Sutton said that the woman that her ex is with now is not a hoochie mama, but she is a mama. And what it is that they raised their sons together, right? And their sons were raised together. And the way that she found out that her husband was seeing her friend was the son told her. It wasn't them two motherfuckers, the adults. They left that shit to the kid, and the kid told it, right? So I understand what Jennifer is saying, and I understand both parts, because when my husband divorced me, he divorced me from my friend. Yes. And it was his friend's wife. Yeah, it was real fucked up. So you do try to have some type of reserve as the woman as the one is getting left. You do try to maintain yourself till you get to a certain point. Like the betrayal, it's like, it's a betrayal. No, it's like a whole nother fucking level. Yeah, like a whole nother level. Especially to me if your husband did it. And then it's the way that some of them do it. Because I'm gonna tell you, most men that's married, they's not gonna get the new girlfriend or the new bitch or whoever he fucking with and be like, my wife is so good to me. She's so this to me. She's so nice. I don't know why I'm doing this. No, they're gonna make us out to be some rat stink ass bitches. And them dumb ass hoes believe that shit. So, my thing was, I'm like Rachel when she said, when she was talking to her mother, she started crying. I felt bad for her because I had been married to my husband for 28 years, so I felt the same way, but on the opposite side, meaning to say, his people, his mother was like my mother to me, before my own mother was. My mom didn't raise me. My mother's sister did. But when my mother-in-law became my mother-in-law, she also became my mother at the same time. She's the person I talked to, and blah, 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 So when he did the shit that he did, he cut me off from my other family. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck I'm supposed to go now? Who my people? These been my people for 30 years. And now you tell me these ain't my people no more? Because you fucking with a whole nother person that's everybody know, and that she's my friend, and that our kid has sat on her lap. Man, let me just stop. So anyway, I'm like Boaz. I like Sutton Brown better than I like Sutton Stratton. So anyway, we got Erica meeting with Dr. Jen. Dr. Jen looked crazy. And I'm going to tell y'all, I don't really care that much for Erica. I mean, I feel bad she was getting her ass whooped, because I can't hardly believe that. And I'm not that she, when I say not that she can't get her ass whooped, I can't believe she went around there tagging that motherfucker back or calling her son to get this motherfucker arrested, because that's what I would have been doing. Well, I probably wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't have called the police. That with her and Denise, I wouldn't have called the police. And I guess I wouldn't have called the police because when I was doing that shit, it wasn't called domestic violence. When I was born in the 60s, so I don't know when the rule was, but I think wives was considered property, so your husband could have sex with you if you ain't want to, so you know what the fuck that mean. He'll pop you upside the head. You just did what the fuck he said, and that was pretty much it. Wasn't no, come arrest this motherfucker because he slapped me. There was none of that shit going on. I'm so glad I can't get in. So I was happy as hell about, so anyway, with me, when I grew up, that's what I saw in my family. When some shit ain't go right, the men in my family and the woman was running her mouth, them motherfuckers popped off like they was on some other shit. But the difference between the women that to be calling the police and my people is the women that I fuck with, they kick your ass. They might not, they can't whoop no man, but they gonna get you somewhere. You're gonna be at a disadvantage, which means your ass better not go to sleep. Don't go try to take no shower. You better not try to do shit that put you in a vulnerable situation, because you was gonna get fucked up. And they was all so good that if they was a husband or a boyfriend that hit them, they was like, okay, motherfucker, okay. They howling and cussing each other out and everything, but if she leave this brawl crying, your ass is going to be crying later on, trust and believe me. So it got so bad when they was fighting that the women in my family was the aunts and the cousins, the older women. They was like, man, fuck that. Nah, we fight back. Ain't no ass. If everybody around here getting their ass kicked, not just me. That's how we kind of roll with it. So I took that philosophy with me in my first marriage. You don't do what the fuck I tell you. We fucking finna fight, yo. And yeah. And then one day I figured out it was wrong. Because that regular fighting shit wasn't enough. It was time to like graduate to another level. And my first thought was go get a knife. And I went and got that motherfucker and I came back. And when he said this is when I knew. I knew better already, but this is when I knew I better not. When he said, if you stab me, he knows what he said, bitch, if you stab me with that knife, you fucking better kill me. Do you understand me? No, you ain't gonna have but one time. Just once. Not to pull it out and put it back. Not to pushing it in. You got one time to get me. And when you hit me, bitch, you better get me till I can't get back up. And when he said that, I just looked around and put the fucking knife down and went to my ass and sat down somewhere. For a lot of reasons. One is, how I'm going to do this to this man and then go get in the bed with him and make babies with him and kiss on him and shit. Nah. And then I think if it would have transferred to that level, it wouldn't have been no going back, right? It'd been like a different level of trust. Let me get off of that. She was getting her ass whooped, and she was talking about all these problems and shit she having. And that lady said, "Listen, girl, you ain't got but the now, and that's true. You got to sit around and worry about your laundry being folded, and your bills being paid, and your car repaired, and ain't nothing wrong nowhere because it ain't never gonna happen. And if it's happening, it's only right in the now. And you already done told me that's not it. So you just get it together." So next she said that she told Denise, she shared with Denise and Sutton how she was getting her ass kicked, and she said how embarrassing it was, and how embarrassing because her son was a police officer. He had that motherfucker locked up so many times. So she said she shared it with her, and I think her sharing it with Denise probably made her feel a little bit better. So I said, what's wrong with Dr. Jen Faye? She looking, it's just that she's older. She look older. She putting too much of something in it. So I said, Erica needs to stop crying because she's working on her next season with all them tears and shit. She ain't going nowhere. And before, she didn't know if she was going to be able to sing or perform again. She got her funky ass back up on the stage. And she said she feel lost, and I said everybody do. You ain't always gonna know the direction of your life, and sometimes you gotta get lost to get found. You don't know the fuck you at or what you doing, but you'll discover yourself. So so she told you you got a fucking house, you got a man, you in love. So she said you just gotta fight the fight of life. And don't give up. She said, what I do? Listen, bitch, get your ass up every day. All you got to do is get up every day. And before you know it, it's another day. And then another day. And each day, just a little bit more of whatever shit you was feeling the day of disappears. It does. So anyway, back in the Hamptons. Rachel having her family come over having her family come over for this dinner mixer thing, for a wine tasting dinner. And her parents is late as fuck too. So Rachel said, I guess my whole family just be late. So the family looks good. She look exactly like her mother. She said her mother reminded her of Elizabeth Taylor. Her mother never wore jeans and tennis shoes and shit. She was always decked out in her best of the nines. So we see Kyle meeting there, and they said Kyle looked nice, and I was like, I don't like that dress. So she was like, so Rachel tells her parents, because they there, she was like, she tells us too that she don't hardly ever see her parents. Their whole family don't hardly ever get together. But what she knows that since she moved to LA, her relationship with her mother has been so much better. So she's real happy about that. She says she's her apple off the tree because she's a lot like her mother. So Kyle says that So Rachel tells her parents that I don't think you're going to be to meet Doric. And Kyle says, well, I don't know why you won't. She's upstairs. She didn't like what she wore. So Rachel said she bought so much stuff at the store. She said, I don't know, girl. She said she didn't like my dress. She said my dress was too Hamptons-y and hers wasn't Hamptons-y enough. And, I'm looking Hampton-y and I don't know what season it is. And I said, all that shit she got, she picked out. She came out downstairs and all that regular ass black shit. She ain't had nothing black in the bag from the store. So anyway, she thought she was going to a funeral to me. So anyway, she sit down to she meet everybody and they hug and everything. And they get to talking. And Doric says, yes, when I met Rachel, I liked it right away. Like me. I must say, yeah, she's something special. So she says, we're going to do the same thing that's similar. I must say, yeah, it kind of is. She said, but he was a good man. And I can tell that hurt Rachel because you want your parents on your side. That motherfucker crushed me. I didn't break this up. He broke the shit up. And if I hadn't broke it up, we could have stayed in it, but he still would have been treating me like shit. So how am I the one why you feel sorry for this motherfucker when he the one that did it? But she still understands why they love him like a son and not just a son-in-law. So Rachel tells her parents that all of them are divorced or separated except for Kyle. Kyle is separation. Her and Mauricio is like best buddies. It's amicable. It's great. It's this. It's that. And she said, and then they do real estate or something. She said, well, you got houses there. She said Rachel tells her mother that Kyle has houses in their most favorite place, which is Aspen. And she said, yeah, Aspen. She said, 2 in L.A., and then Rachel looked at her and said, and then Nashville. And Kyle didn't want her to know this Nashville. And the reason why she don't want to know Nashville is that a girl named Morgan Reed live an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from where I stay at right now. So she didn't want her to know that. So, what else is there? So it's time for the ladies to go out to dinner. So on the way on the ride, they start talking about how you meet people. And Kyle says she likes to meet people in the wild, and I agree. I think so does Rachel. So she tells them about this time she was at the airport. She was on the airplane. This dude sent her a letter on a napkin from off the plane that said, "Can you can go home, be with your family. You can come spend the night. Come to the airport and shower with me. Come stay in the airport, shower with me." So she was like, "Oh." So Rachel was like, "Oh, that is creepy." But what he looked like, I was a little bit Rachel. Shit, was he fine, yo? Yeah, he got a condom. Shit, I probably wouldn't have did it younger, but at this age, I'd been like, hey. So the ladies go to dinner and they sitting in there, and the place is really nice, and they're ordering drinks, and Rachel started laughing because Rachel started laughing and asked Kyle how many times she listened to Doric order that damn drink. She said about 2 million times, so they kind of just laughed. So she said that the day was the anniversary of her saying that she was done with her marriage, where her life felt like it fell apart. She said for the last 2 years, her and her husband had been going back and forth. And she said before she knew it, something happened. She was supposed to go to Aspen, but she didn't go to Aspen because she had something she had to do. So she stayed behind. So she said she was never one of them motherfuckers that be on nobody's phone. But she said when they started to talk, she said she hung up. All she could see was red. And she said when people used to ask her why their marriage was so strong, she says because we trusted each other. She said it seemed like once the trust was broken, she couldn't go back. And it is true, because once the trust is broken, it fucks you up. And I will say this, like, for instance, if your husband commit infidelity and you say, okay, I'm gonna forgive you, and then you forgive him, do you really forgive him? And then somebody start liking you somewhere because there's something not really right in your marriage, and it's that thing that's in, he fucked around on you, so it's still sticking with you. So you meet somebody and you fuck around on him, on your husband, and you feel like y'all is even. So are you going to keep that to yourself, or are you going to tell your man? Because either way it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So the trust is broken. And then the trust not just broken because the person slept with you. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you're trying to fuck with somebody else, you really, really, really have to work very hard to... You really have to work very hard to get with the other person. You gotta line up shit. You gotta lie to the person that you with. You gotta move some shit to make that shit happen. And that shit is fucked up, knowing that you love somebody and the person that you love is scheming and scamming behind your back to be with somebody else the way you want to be with them. No, fuck that. So anyway, she said they was going back and forth and it was crazy. And she just couldn't do it no more. And they said, how'd you find out? She said, so Kyle said, does it some rumor shit? This is my earring? No. Was it some rumor shit? And she was like, no, he just told me. She said, what you mean he told me? She said, he just came out, he told me. She said she was working 20-hour days, 7 days a week. And all he would do is say, go, be, buy, and do. He was very supportive of her. And people used to say, ain't you worried about her? She around designers and models and all kinds of businessmen. He was like, no, them motherfuckers, if they can get her, they can have her. So she said he trusted her. And she said, but it was this one time, though. This dude was the most beautiful thing I ever seen. So we smashed. And she said, so I ain't that kind of person. I don't fuck around on you, just try to not tell you. So she said, I told me, you know what I did the next, no, he did the next day. The next day he proposed to me. I said, did he propose to you because you was blowing up? Or did he propose to you because he finally realized what he had? I don't know. But I'm like Kyle on that. She said, what the fuck? So you tell him you've been with him 9, 10 years, 4 or 5 years, and then you go tell him you cheated on him 4 years into the relationship, and the next day you get a big ass diamond. You setting up your marriage for some crazy shit, I think. So that was her opinion on that. Kyle got a lot of opinions on everybody's shit except her own. So anyway, they all sit there and they laugh. And Rachel say, although it hurt, she grateful that she know, because she was sitting around waiting for a man to come back who wasn't coming back. And he told her he liked the new him. He don't like the old him no more. So, case around, motherfucker. So, Rachel tell us that she think that's all that Kyle and Doric needed, was to be able to spend some time in a different environment, you know, to get to know each other again, and that it would be okay. And I said I would agree with that shit too, except for when Boaz go back and tell Doric the shit that Kyle said. So, you know, and Rachel's confessional, she was crying because she said that she felt bad that her husband is no longer a part of her family like that. And she said that her husband was their favorite person. And she said he was mine too. So she kind of choked back tears, and so am I. So I said, I don't want to hear Bozeman and Keely talking about that. Talking about that shit in front of her daughter. Why they having dinner talking about such a heavy subject? That little girl don't want to hear about them embryos and shit. So anyway, he started talking to her, and she was like, I'm really kind of like afraid. And he's like, afraid what? Because I know you want a kid, and I can't give you a kid. And I was like, well, if you know he want a kid and you can't give him a kid, and you married this motherfucker and he have a kid with somebody else, please don't say you don't know, because he told you. And she was like, I guess I just have to go on what you know. No, you better go on what you know with your experience and how you view life and how he say, you know, or go tell him have his kid, and if he, you know, if he still fuck around with you when it's over with, then you come back. But I don't want to talk about the embryo shit, and you should know better. Not even just for that, for the fact that every time you had a baby, your life is in danger. For him, this motherfucker is not even your husband, and you putting yourself to this shit already. So you'll just kick the bucket and shit on your daughter. This man ain't your husband. He ain't nothing. What if you died during the birth? What the fuck is your daughter supposed to do? I don't know, girl. You just ain't thinking. For somebody to be so damn smart, you ain't. I'm so afraid. What the fuck is you scared of? God already busted with 2 kids and you still trying to push it. You let him go have his own damn baby. And then that's what really fucked you. Say, I think if you have a baby, what happened? He said, so what are you going to do? I mean, I think how you going to feel? You going to regret it? You going to... Why the fuck are you worrying about all that? Because as soon as this motherfucker said, what he say? I mean, what if I lost my job? Huh? Your job? Not what if I got sick and lost my health. This motherfucker said, what if I lost my job? He telling you was getting ready to happen. And he was like, I still want to get married if you can't have the baby. With your body need a rest. He ain't even talking like he give a fuck about you. Soon as that lady said, it's dangerous, and he know the history, he should said, fuck it. But that ain't what he doing now. Get that body arrested. She said, well, I think it requires a little bit more talking than that. Yeah, let's break up, motherfucker. So he said, you know, I get afraid. What if I lost my source of income? I bet you who piped up to that shit was that little girl. Because she was like, what you mean? Shit, Boaz too. Oh, he said, no, I ain't going to stop working. I like having my own income. She said, you just don't give me financial security. Girl, he don't give you no financial security. Because why the fuck is y'all driving to San Diego? That's his town. At a restaurant where he giving the name for the reservations is yours. I was like, girl, you is dumb. But he lying good. He's stuttering and shit. Yeah, I want you to be my daughter, stepdaughter. Here we be a family. Girl, please. So anyway, listen. You couldn't have been anywhere but you was here with me. I like this one because everybody's really telling the truth. But I don't know. I think something gonna happen to Jennifer and Sutton too, because that since she ain't drinking, don't look that good. So anyway, listen, you could have been anywhere, but you was here with me for 36 minutes and 57 seconds. And I love you for it. Thank you for coming to the RHOBH Chatter. Bye now.